All right. I just wanted to speak to you guys on spirituality and share a few truths that many people haven't been given in their life. So, the King James Version is a politically subdued version of the Bible. I got an article from the Encyclopedia Britannica people. So if you guys don't believe me, you can read it for yourselves. How our religions and books have been corrupted by those of power since the beginning. The Geneva Bible tells you about it. That's why King James had to have it changed. He didn't like the way that it spoke of government and of not following and not being obedient to the government as the King James Version has, where it was taken by the white people and promoted all over the earth as if it's the complete truth of God. And pick up a Geneva Bible, read it. It was written before the King James Version, actually accepted by Queen, I can't remember which queen, but throughout the history of man, they've always chose their religious beliefs and sold them as a spirituality and tried to make people choose them instead of letting people be free to have their own spirituality and letting them have true freedom. I mean, we say in America since the 1950s, since Eisenhower, Ike, put "In God We Trust" on the dollar bill. We've just sold it to the people that we are a Christian country. We weren't. We never were. We weren't founded on Christian values. We weren't. We've never had Christian values. Um, the truth of Christ is in his being and is in what he did and how he walked the earth and how he told us to love one another, to come together. And do you see that? Do you see that this Bible is doing any of that? Do you see that this Bible promotes any of that? In Psalms, where it tells you to smash babies into rocks, they glorify smashing babies into rocks to take their lives. That somehow makes you feel that that's a just and great God. Um, no, I don't feel that at all. I don't like how religion has tried to steal morality and ethics. Like if you're not a Christian, you're not moral and ethical. That's ridiculous. You don't need Christianity to have morals and ethics. I actually think that if you live for that book more than you live for your fellow man, you don't have morals and ethics at all. You're living for a false prophet. You're living for a false God. That's what the truth is. Because if you live for that book more than you live for your fellow man, you didn't hear Jesus speak. You didn't hear anything that was said. You don't have true connection to any kind of God. So that's where I say, put your book down. Why do you think the Jews wanted to kill Jesus? Because he walked and talked and did things different. He turned the tables on their tax collectors, guys. Remember that part? Turned the tables. That's it. Still in the King James Version. Some girl wanted to come up to me and talk to me about how the Bible just flip back to in Exodus, and it says right here to obey thy governing party. Yeah, yeah, it does. It does say that in the King James Version, and it doesn't change how I feel because I can show you contradictions all throughout the Bible where it says one thing and then you flip the page and it says the exact opposite. Does that show you a all-knowing God? That doesn't show me an all-knowing God. That shows me the lack of knowing. That shows me how man wrote that, and man wrote from a manly, worldly perspective how they felt about things. I don't know. Y'all tell me how you feel. I'll put a few things up here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. I ain't telling you guys you're wrong. I'm just telling you it ain't right for me. Now, you guys seen that? You see how they've used artists, poets, and all these things to push their truth the whole time? They say it influenced the artist, but did it actually influence the artist? Or is it just like today, where the artist tried to use the scripture to influence their career and to try and motivate you to do what they wanted you to do? Up to you. It's your awareness.